Hey, what's up everybody? Karios TCG here. So today I've noticed that a lot of people have been liking my YouTube shorts for Dragon Ball Heroes, and I've also had a lot of people on Twitter and on Discord asking me what exactly is Dragon Ball Heroes, what is Super Dragon Ball Heroes, how does it work? Well, I'd like to shed a little light on the situation. So first things first, Dragon Ball Heroes was revealed on October 21st, 2010. It was developed by Dimps and later released on November 11, 2010. During that time in history, in terms of the card game, the first set was released on September 2010. It was just called Heroes Mission H1. Heroes 1, in terms of set 1, is basically your equivalent of base set 1 for Pokemon or the original first few sets for Yu-Gi-Oh! Or any vintage or any card game that's been around for a long time that has an old set, a very old set that has decent cards in it. The total number of missions that are out as of now, as of the timing of this recording, is 9. They are as follows: Heroes Mission, Galaxy Mission, Jakku Mission, God Mission, Super Dragon Heroes, Universe Mission, Big Bang Mission, Ultra God Mission, and finally, Meteor Mission. It is a Meteor Mission. Card rarity for Super Dragon Ball Heroes goes as follows: Common, Rare, Super Rare, CP, which is also known as Campaign Promos, and I actually have a campaign promo right here. So what we have here is a Broly BR, a Super Broly BR, and if we turn the card around, you could see on the top west, on the top west corner, top right, top left. Well, I'm just going to say top west corner. In the top corner, right here where my finger is pointing, you could see that it says CP, which signifies the rarity of the card. Now, some of these cards can actually have a textured feel, if you're that type of person that likes that sort of stuff. Then you have Ultimate Rare, Secrets, and Promos. Promos I can show off. So what we have here, we have Lord Zeno. This is actually one of my first SP units. So we'll be diving into the rarities in just a minute, in just a bit. But so you see on the back when you have the promo cards, it'll say not for sale. So these are basically ones that you're not to say you're not allowed to, but you can get these from secondhand. I got mine. All the cards that I get are either mailed to me from friends, or I go to Book Off, which is in Japan Village in Sunset Park. You go on the second floor. There's like 4 trays filled to the brim with Dragon Ball Heroes. Every other Monday or so, I go there before I go to next level, and I buy a couple of cards to show off, to add to my collection. And promo cards, these are found in promotional events like tournaments and movies. Also, Jump Manga also has the those promo cards. So once again, to show off another promo, this is Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, and if we were to turn it around, it'll actually have the promo letter, the letter P right there, and it will also say not for sale. So this is actually, do I think these are expensive? Probably not, but it's just good to have. Plus it's good for art. The card itself is not textured, it just has like a glossy feel to it, and just a feeling to it. Also, on May 9th, 2004, about roughly a month or so ago, it was confirmed that Dragon Ball Heroes, Super Dragon Ball Heroes, will cease operations with the release of the new game, Dragon Ball Divers, Super Divers, that will have a Heroes mode. So all is not lost. Now, the game was specific on the Japanese arcade, where it ran a little differently than most Japanese arcades. Most arcade games that you may have grown up with over the years if you are a gamer. If you're not, then that's understandable. But during the 3DS era, 3 ports were released on the 3DS. We had Dragon Ball Heroes Ultimate Mission. This one was released in Japan on February 28th, 2013. Ultimate Mission 2, released in Japan on August 7th, 2014. And Ultimate Mission X, or Ultimate Mission Cross, released in Japan on April 27, 2017. Then, recently, around 2019, on April 5th, 2019, a port named Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission was released on Steam and Switch worldwide. This is the first official version of Super Dragon Ball Heroes in the United States. Now, when you pre-order this game, when it was popular, you actually get a promotional card. Unfortunately, I do not know where I put my copy of the promotional art, so I will show it off at a later date. But this is one of the first videos for Dragon Ball Heroes, so we'll try to show off a lot more in the future. What else? Okay. So, World Mission, the way that World Mission plays, it plays by 7v7 battles. So each player can have a total of 7 characters on their team. The mishmash of their favorite characters and villains from across the Dragon Ball franchise, as opposed to the 5v5 that the original arcade version was going with. In terms of Dragon Ball Heroes going onwards in its history, it has been pretty good so far. My personal favorite rarities are the campaign rares, specifically because, for instance, this Android 21 card, if you look on the top corner here, if you look right here, you'll notice that the text looks a lot like the Dragon Ball FighterZ campaign, the FighterZ text. That's because there was a FighterZ campaign specifically deriving from the original story of FighterZ, which to me was very bare bones. Very, very bare bones. But the fact that we have a Android 21 card, and it's not just her. I can show off the other versions of the characters that are there. So we have Goku. Goku is the first. There are 8 of them total. I am currently missing 2. So we have Vegeta. I feel like I've been saying his name wrong for a while now. Vegeta, there is a Frieza one, but I do not own that one. But I do have a Cell. So we have Cell, and you could see that if you look on the top corner, they all have the FighterZ campaign. These are all characters that have been affected specifically in the main storyline. Although there are other characters that have been affected in terms of the storyline in FighterZ, it just focuses on the main versions of them, the main characters that were heavily involved in terms of the actual story mode. So we have Android 16. Also, there is an Android 18, that is the other card that I am missing. And last but not least, we have Nappa. So, when they do campaigns, They basically take certain versions of characters and they put them in unique art. But this is not the only time they do specific rarities like this. For instance, they also do campaigns on movies and other crossovers. To put things into context, allow me to show you a card that I got recently that fits the description very well. So what we have here, this is a movie campaign card from UM5. So this is from Universe Mission 5. So these are basically from the movie. So you could see it has the 9th 1994. I'm starting to think that that's actually when the Metal Cooler's Revenge, the movie, came out in Japan. Or maybe that's an error, I think, in terms on their part. But there is another card like that. And that is the Broly art. This is one of the movie campaigns. This is from the first Broly movie, not Second Coming, because there are Bio Broly cards. Really nice. And it says 1993. In 1993. And you could see on the top other corner, right here, you can see the name of the set. Ultimate Mission 5, NCP. So movie campaign. So this is a movie campaign. So the ones that I show for fighters are fighter campaign. Just to show the difference, you can see on the top, if I can just zoom in, UM2 FC P5. That means fighters campaign promo number 5. There are 8 of, for these guys, there are 8 in total. I'm not sure how many of these are in total, but it's just a good idea to have them. Other cards can actually, like I said, for movies. So, like for instance, this Broly, Super Broly, you can see on the top corner here, right here on this side, you can see that this is in the actual Japanese arcade game. There are stories specific to the movie that the character is from. So you can get like neat little in-game goodies. And even, I guess, if you participate in the campaigns, you sometimes get nice little rewards and extra characters in terms of the arcade machine. So if you're in Japan and you like this sort of thing, feel free to try out the arcade machines. And much like card games like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, these guys, in terms of how do you play on the arcade machines, I actually have a official Capsule Corporation Super Dragon Ball Heroes Bandai Namco passport. These are usable to scan in order to save your progress when you're playing the missions, when you're playing against your friends. In Japan, you use these online as admission, and you could use these to showcase like what your progress is in terms of the missions. I actually have 3 of these. I don't know why, because when I bought them on eBay, it was like 3 for like $20. So I was like, okay, sure, why not? So these guys, this is very essential when you're playing the game. This card does come in another art. Every so often they like to change the art, but I think the Capsule Corporation one is just the best one. Well, not, in my opinion, it's one of the best ones. So, Dragon Ball Heroes, Super Dragon Ball Heroes actually has a metagame. It is pretty big. And as of the timing of this recording, up until the end of this year, they actually have a tournament with arcade machines from across the Japanese prefectures. And much like for Pokemon, this isn't just relegated to just uh kids and to just, like young adults and other adults who are fans of the franchise. No, there are kids that actually play Super Dragon Ball Heroes on the arcade machines and actually compete for recognition for bigger tournaments. I'm assuming that there are cash prizes in terms of these events in Japan. I could be wrong, and I more than likely feel that I am incorrect about that. So, another thing that I would like to talk about before we end this, don't worry, everyone, there will be more Dragon Ball Hero video content on this channel. This is the very first. So we just want to give you a bit of an understanding as to how this works. Is the different classes. You would notice that each of the cards have a different color on the bottom corner of the screen on the card. So I'd like to show off one of each card and explain how each one works. So you have you have your Berserker. You can tell by on this corner, the BS stands for Berserker. These are the heavy hitters. These are the guys that really do deliver some heavy damage, as the name implies. Next, we have the hero class, the hero type. So also bear in mind, more often than not, whatever your favorite character is, will fall under one of these three categories. So keep an open mind on this. Hero. So heroes are usually balanced in terms of stats. Usually, and they're always good at assisting other characters on their team, much like support with stamina, or potentially healing them, or recovering their stamina specifically, or giving them power or lock on to their opponent. And the next one is the elite class. Actually, is Vegeta? Yeah, okay. It's probably fitting to use Vegeta for this one. The elite class are kind of like a mix between the hero and the berserker class. As in, they can deal a lot of damage and they can be good supports. But there is, for the elite class, there are some good units in here. I think Vegeta is one of the good ones, though a lot of people in Japan would disagree. The game, like I did say before, that this Japanese arcade game has a metagame with certain characters doing pretty well because of their effects, and they can do a lot of damage or debilitate stats of their opponents. And the last one, that is the most important, is the SP units. These are the backup units whose effects can only happen at least once. There are specific SPs that can actually use their effects more than once, but for someone like Zeno or Grand Minister, the Grand Minister or Grand Priest, whatever you want to call him, the Grand Priest is, in my opinion, one of my personal favorites, but Zeno is actually pretty good as well. He basically debilitates the opponent and lowers their power level, their defenses, their guard, as you will. So it does a decent amount of damage. Now, SP cards cannot assist. Well, they can't assist in terms of dealing damage. However, there is a Boma SP that can do exactly that. Also, Mai as well. Some SPs are basically there to either they can make the character do double damage when they swing, or if you get your special meter full, that super attack that you do does double the damage. or if you're at a certain threshold of health, they can actually heal you back up. Each SP unit is built differently in a different way. So if you are interested in collecting cards like these, I would suggest, well, eBay is a last resort unless you know somebody personally that you would buy from. Me personally, I buy all my singles over at Bookoff, which is a corner store, which is a store in Sunset Park, in a little mall called Japan Village, where it's on the second floor. You basically go there, you ask them about the Dragon Ball Heroes. There will be somebody there that will direct you to it. And any card there that is unmarked, meaning like if you find something like this, just to put an example, if you find a card like this, you basically can buy it for like $1 and change, which is really cheap actually. You can find some really good stuff. And it's really thanks to them that they started collecting these, because I think I did make the notion that, hey, since Dragon Ball is one of the popular animes right now, it'd be nice to get the Dragon Ball Hero cards to show off, And they really went with it, which is really good. And I'm happy that, every other week I can go there and buy the product, which is good for me. I don't have to spend ridiculous amounts of money to get them. So, that's the end of this video. I cannot stress this again. Do not fret, because in the upcoming weeks there will be more Dragon Ball Heroes, Super Dragon Ball Hero card showcases. Hopefully we can get some pack openings and other stuff. Also, once again, if you guys feel like donating to help the cause, not just for Dragon Ball Heroes, but also for the for Pokemon pack openings, other stuff for the channel so that it can grow, you could donate to me if you want to. It's I can't force anybody to. I want people to do it of their own volition. But I will leave my Cash App name in the description below if you are willing to. I will also leave my my PayPal link in the description below as well. Also, when we do, hopefully, if we do, when in the event that we get donations from you, the audience, hopefully I would like to personally thank those who donate, because it wouldn't be fair to just for people to donate and for me not to thank them. It doesn't sit right with me personally. So also another thing I would like to ask you to do, if you like videos like this, or if you like the shorts that I make, or any other videos that I've been making thus far, please like, comment, and subscribe, because it really helps the group, it really helps the channel grow as a whole. And thanks to my Pokemon friends in Discord, I have so many ideas planned, not just for the summer, but also for future projects that I would like to get more people involved in. And I want this to be great. I want this channel to be as good as it is, as great, even better than what it is now. So with that being said, have a good night. It is now 11:17 by the recording of this video. So have a good night, have a good week, and stay safe out there, would you? Bye.